I was smoking dope on the road to town. On one side of me, the jungle, lush green and impenetrable. On the other side, the Mekong. Rumors floated out of the river. Rumors of torture, rumors of death, voices of the dead. And a black hand reached out and pulled me out of a hot South Vietnam day into the back of the truck. And when I climbed in the truck, I saw black faces, skulls around their necks, and their eyes staring at me. And then I was holding on to the truck as we went careening down this two-lane dirt road in South Vietnam. And it seemed like the whole population of South Vietnam was on the road that day. And the road filled with trucks, scooters, sickolos, armored personnel carriers, and convoys blasting by, and I'm holding on to that truck as we're careening down the road. And the road had a life of its own, a teeming, squalling, noisy road. It was full of men, women, and children, carts, mangy dogs, fowl in cages. I'm holding on, trying to hold on to that joint that's being passed around. And fuck, man, I think we hit that guy. We ran over that guy. And then a rock hits the side of the truck, and fuck you, GI. And then a hail of beer cans return, and fuck you, dinks. And I'm holding on. We're careening down that road, and then the trucks come slamming into the city of Ben Samoy, lurching to a stop, and then I jump out, and bye, truck's gone. And then I'm in the market. I'm walking into the market, and the first thing hits my nostrils is the rotted smell of fish sauce and fetid meat. And short brown people, masses of short brown people, and grasping hands. You buy, you buy, you buy. An eel, fish and water, monkey brains, dog paws. And the grasping hands, you buy, you buy, you buy. And the NPC money changers, hey man, NPC for piastres over here. And the smell of sweat and spices, and I'm walking out of the market. And I'm walking into wide sun-baked streets and avenues full of sunlight. And over by the river, I see thin brown men poling their skiffs to the market. And then farther down by the river, down by the waterfront, I see the slaughterhouse. And as I'm walking into town, I see brick walls with dark pea stains on it, and then wide, wide streets full of sunlight, and the people, the carts and sickolos and the buses. And the further I walk into that town, the less soldiers I see, until there are no soldiers, just me walking alone in the town. I'm walking into town, I see the people, and I walk late into the night down dark, twisted little streets, and I see the people having dinner, and the families, and the kids pulling carts. And I see their families just like my family back home, and I swear I will never be these people's enemy. And the stars overhead, me, far, far from anything I've ever known. And then there was Mama San's bar, the dark, dirty little bar down on the twisted little street of Ben Samoy. Ben Samoy is where the air pirates met, the door gunners, my squad coming off the decks, get high, get laid, smoke dope, get in trouble. And Ben Samoy is a funny, crooked little town on a hillside with a bunch of squalid buildings, cheap hotels, and brothels. Bars, Christmas tree lights blinking on and off. The town filled with soldiers and girls, and the cowboys. Street kids riding their motor scooters trying to steal my watch and wallet. And in the middle of town, in the plaza, one lone MP station surrounded by wire, trying to keep the peace, Army justice. And all of us, armed to the teeth. I go into Mama San's bar, walk in, and there'd be Mama San sitting at the end of the bar, happy to see me. She'd say, "Hey, Janie, you're number 1 GI. Mama San still had a pretty face, gone to fat, all business, sentimental. And the reason she was sentimental is because she was still in love with the sergeant who went to France and left her with Papa San, a short, wiry little brown rice farmer who was the object of her scorn, who tended the cash register. I really liked Papa San a lot, and he and I used to sneak out the back of the bar to get high. And Mama San, she took to letting me take off the Frank Sinatra tape. You know Frank Sinatra, he used to say in her pretty fine English, Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, everybody loves Frank Sinatra, Jamie. Frank Sinatra good for business. And I'd take Frank off the tape and slap on the doors, and she'd, ugh, horrible. That night, the bar, with the night closing in all around us, all the GIs coming in off the decks, out of the jungle, the grunts and the soldiers, and the Air Force flyboys, the girls, cheap makeup and their short vinyl dresses and their fine long legs and their high heels. You're trying to apply some Saigon tea to some drunk GI. Hey, you buy me Saigon tea, number 1 GI, you buy me Saigon tea, number 10. Papa San and I slipping out the back of the bar to get high. Mama San yelled, "Aye, aye, aye, you both come back, you both number 10. And then the night closing in, I'd be sitting at the table with the air pirates, the door gunners, and the music creaking off the reel. Light my fire, hey, light my joint, but don't smoke the whole goddamn thing. And we'd be getting noisy, and the bar would be a fermenting hotbed of war news and gossip coming out of the decks. Who got shot, who got killed, who lived. We'd be making so much noise. Love held us together. Love held the door gunners together. Love held us together. And Death sat right there at the table with us, had his own chair, had his own shot of Jack Daniels. Death had his own joint. And then we'd be spilling out of the back of the bar, Christmas tree lights blinking on and off, and our shadows bouncing off the wall like some morality play. Headed off to the bars, the brothels, opium dens, the shooting dens. Me and the air pirates. Johnson, Devereaux, Swan, Issacoff, Brownie. White with his cane with a silver eagle's head on it. Don't forget me. I heard that before, out on the airfield, the landing pads at night, the choppers taking off, and the rain blowing down sideways, and the tom-tom thump of the chopper blades, and the air pirates climbing on the choppers, going out into their missions into the black night with their peace signs on their helmet and their death's heads around their neck, full of ammunition, bandoliers, M60s. And we'd be standing there, the rain blowing like a mist, like tears coming down my face. And we'd have our hands on each other's shoulders. Better you than me, brother. Better you than me. Don't forget me. Don't forget me. Crazy, terrible thing.